Alright then people, welcome to the Bright Show podcast. Now before we start this video, please do me a favour, click on the like button, subscribe and leave your comments in the section below because I really want to know what you think about this one. Anthony AJ Joshua knocks Francis Ngannou spark out cold. That is one of the most devastating punches I have ever seen. That right hand, that knockout, absolutely devastating. Now, look, you enjoy talking about these fights, and it's unfortunate when they happen the way they happened. But you just feel like sometimes it needs to happen for people to see the difference between boxing and MMA. But let's go back, right? Let's go all the way back to before the fight started. And before the fight started, you've got boxing fans, boxing pundits, boxing, MMA fighters, MMA ex-fighters, you name it. Everyone had a prediction as to how this fight was going to go. And a lot of people's prediction did not come true. And the reason why it did not come true is because Ngannou had done really well with, Tyson Fury. And it just seemed as though he had something. He's the tough guy. He's a champion in the MMA. He's a fantastic fighter in an MMA, and so people thought that would translate into boxing. Although he had a very good performance with Tyson Fury, but at the same time, it is not the same when you're fighting the elite after elite, right? It is not the same, and so a lot of people, when you look up polls, Sky Sports, they did a poll, and most people said Francis Ngannou was going to knock AJ out, or AJ was going to win on points. Most people. The Zone did a post, and most people said, Francis Ngannou was going to knock AJ out in the distance, or AJ was going to win on points. And I kept telling people, Francis, he has no chance in a boxing ring. That's what I kept telling people, because boxing is a specialist sport, right? For years and years and years, you learn how to, knock someone out by hitting them in the head. You do that consistently over and over and over again. Whereas MMA is mixed martial arts, right? You're kicking, you're punching, you're wrestling. You can hit people anywhere, of course, apart from down below. And so, if you think about it, it makes boxers even more dangerous to be fighting MMA fighters. In all actuality, when you take that into consideration. But before the fight, people had Francis winning, and some people had AJ winning, but nobody thought that AJ was going to win by knockout, and not in that devastating fashion, the way he rendered Francis unconscious. And I think it was brutal. But when you watch the fight, it shows how Francis is inexperienced when it comes to boxing. Joshua was setting traps during the fight, and Francis did not really realize that Joshua was setting traps and was trying to catch him and put him out, and that's exactly what really happened, where in the first round Joshua was looking for Ngannou to bite on his feints and basically keep pouring the jab. When he puts the jab there, Ngannou keeps pouring it. But when you're a boxer, you know that when you're pouring jabs, you want to put the jab away. You don't want to step into it. You don't want to give it too much. And Ngannou, because he's not a boxer, because he does not know what he's doing in the boxing ring, decides to push the jab away with his jab, but he does it in a way where he sells himself. So once he does that, Joshua just once he pours it out there, Joshua knew that once he goes like that, the space is just literally right there. His whole face is exposed, and he basically dinged the right hand on top, boom, and Ngannou was on the floor, and he survived the first round. He survives it, which was good. Comes the second round, same, Joshua looking for openings, and what he does is he He throws the right hand to the head. I mean, the jab to the head and then jab to the body. And this is a way to get Ngannou to, lead with a left hook. Because when you lead with a left hook, you leave yourself open. When you lead with a left hook and bringing it back, you leave yourself open. And that's exactly what happened. He leads with the left hook, leaves himself open. Joshua then pulls and then counters. Big right hand over the top of the head. Ngannou was now discombobulated. He was on the floor. He couldn't believe what was happening. He doesn't know what hit him. Literally, he has no idea what really hit him. And he gets up, and when you're a boxer, when you get up from a knockdown, you circle around. You create as much distance as you can between yourself and your opponent, right? That's what you're meant to do. Of course, Ngannou is not a boxer. He has not fought in a boxing ring as much as Joshua. He doesn't know how to survive in the boxing ring. And he basically stands there. He stands there shaping up, trying to, have a fight again. And then Joshua just, with no hesitation, nothing at all, he just basically throws the right hand. But what he does is Joshua, that was really clever, was he feints with the foot first, right? He feints with the foot and then just leaves the right hand out there, and the right cross basically just bang on Ngannou's chin, and the rest was history. Ngannou was out cold. He had the oxygen administered, I think, for about 3 minutes, and it just all seemed really serious and dangerous and very sad for Ngannou, the way he went down and out. He was, I don't think he's ever going to be the same. The thing about getting knocked out is, if you get knocked out, in such a devastating fashion, you're never the same, right? It doesn't matter how much resilience you have, you're going to continue fighting, but you're never the same. When you walk in the ring, you leave yourself, you leave something in the ring when you get out of it, and I don't think Ngannou's ever going to be the same. And it was a devastating shot, devastating punch, and that's all she wrote. So look, that's the end to Ngannou Joshua fight. I mean, it was great to see. It was a spectacle. People enjoy it. I enjoyed it. But as I was telling people, as I knew already, that it was a fight that he had no chance. Ngannou had no chance in the boxing ring. And the same would happen to Joshua if he goes in the octagon. He's going to get absolutely destroyed in a few rounds, because that's not where he trains. That's not where he fights. That's not what he does. Ngannou is the master of being in the octagon, and Joshua is a two-time heavyweight champion, Olympic gold medalist, an elite boxer, and he's Ngannou shouldn't have been in there with him, but it is what it is, and it was a great spectacle to see, and hopefully we don't get these matchups, because they don't end well, especially not at the elite level with elite boxers. Heavyweight boxers, it's not going to end well. But you guys, let me know what you think. Leave your comment in the section below. Ngannou AJ, devastating knockout. What do you think about it? Let me know. See you on the next one.